Yo, what's good, BeBackGaming crew? Welcome back to the channel where we keep it real with no sponsors. No fluff, just straight up gaming takes. Today, we're diving into STORROR Parkour Pro, the 2025 Early Access title that's got parkour fans and gamers hyped. This game, developed by Hole in the Sleeve Game Studios and backed by the legendary parkour crew STORROR, promises to be the ultimate free-running experience. But does it live up to the hype? Or is it just another vault over a crowded wall? In this video, we're breaking down the gameplay, the open world setting, multiplayer modes, visuals, and whether this game is worth your time. Stick around to the end for our final score. And if you enjoy honest reviews like this, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a drop. Let's lock in and get moving. Alright, let's start with the heart of STORROR Parkour Pro, the gameplay. This game is all about freedom of movement, and let me tell you, it feels like a love letter to parkour culture. Unlike other games like Assassin's Creed or Mirror's Edge, where parkour is just a side dish, here it's the main course. The developers use motion capture tech from real-world parkour athletes, including the STORROR crew themselves, to create hundreds of unique animations. We're talking vaults, flips, slides, swings, and strides that flow so smoothly you'll feel like you're actually free-running through London. The control scheme is intuitive but has a learning curve. It's designed to be easy to pick up, hard to master, and I'd say they nailed that. You've got total control over your moves, which means you can chain together combos like a pro or flub it and face blend spectacularly. The physics-based movement system blends arcade and realistic elements, so it's forgiving enough for newbies, but rewarding for players who take the time to master it. For example, pulling off a clean wall run into a backflip feels so satisfying, but mistime a jump, and you're eating pavement. One thing I love is how the game encourages creativity. You're not locked into preset paths, you choose your lines, create your routes, and define your style. It's like the skate of parkour games, where every move feels intentional. That said, some players on Reddit have mentioned the keyboard and mouse controls can feel clunky, especially during vaults where the camera might snap awkwardly. I didn't notice this too much with a controller, but it's something to keep in mind if you're on PC. Overall, the mechanics are a massive win. They capture the essence of parkour: freedom, flow, and precision while keeping it accessible for casual players. But it's not perfect. The learning curve might frustrate some, and those control hiccups need polishing before the full release. Let's talk about the world of STORROR Parkour Pro. The game is set in London's Isle of Dogs, a concrete jungle that's practically a parkour playground. Think towering apartment blocks, glass domes, moving cranes, and even trains you can ride. It's a gritty, urban vibe that feels alive and packed with spots to explore. The Steam page describes it as a vast and dynamic world, and while it's not GTA level massive, it's dense with opportunities to climb, jump, and flip your way around. What makes the Isle of Dogs stand out is how it's designed with parkour in mind. Every rooftop, railing, and ledge feels like it was placed there for you to exploit. You can spend hours just free roaming, finding new lines, or chasing that perfect run. The world also has a cinematic edge. Think dodging security helicopters at night or racing across rooftops during a storm. It's immersive, especially if you love that urban free-running aesthetic. That said, the world isn't flawless. Some areas feel a bit repetitive, and the glum vibe mentioned in a Gaming.net review can make it feel less vibrant than, say, Mirror's Edge's sleek cityscapes. Plus, in early access, there are occasional bugs like clipping through objects or getting stuck on geometry. Nothing game-breaking, but it's a reminder this is still a work in progress. Still, the open world is a parkour enthusiast's dream, and I can't wait to see how they expand it before the full release. One of the biggest selling points of STORROR Parkour Pro is its multiplayer, and it's a game changer. This is the world's first online multiplayer parkour game, and it delivers on that promise. You can jump into a lobby with friends or random players, set challenges, or compete in modes like time trials, skill competitions, or stick-offs where you battle to pull off the sickest moves. There's also a co-op mode where you team up with the STORROR crew to save your estate from some shady establishment. The multiplayer feels like a community-driven experience, which aligns with parkour's real-world culture. You can vibe in free roam mode, show off your skills, or race against others to hit checkpoints first. It's super replayable because no two sessions feel the same. I had a blast challenging a friend to a rooftop race. It was chaotic, competitive, and hilarious when we both botched a jump. The downside, matchmaking can be spotty in early access, and some modes, like the narrative campaign, feel bare bones right now. The developers have promised more content during the 6 to 12 month early access period, so I'm hopeful they'll flesh this out. For now, the multiplayer is a highlight, but it needs a bit more polish to reach its full potential. Visually, STORROR Parkour Pro is a mixed bag. The animations are the star of the show. The motion capture work from STORROR. Athletes like Drew Taylor and Toby. Cigar's unreal every vault, flip, and stride looks fluid and authentic. The game boasts hundreds of unique animations, and it shows. No two moves feel identical, and chaining them together feels like you're directing your own parkour video. The character customization is a nice touch, too. You can unlock outfits and style your runner, which adds a personal flair to the experience. It's not super deep yet, but it's fun to rep your own look while freerunning. However, the graphics themselves are okay. The Isle of Dogs has a gritty charm, but the textures and lighting are a bit simplistic. Some Reddit users have called the visuals underwhelming, and I get it's not pushing graphical boundaries like a title. The focus is clearly on the animations and gameplay, but if you're expecting tutorialistic visuals, you might be let down. That said, the cinematic moments like escaping a helicopter in a storm add some flair that makes up for it. Let's touch on the story and replayability. The narrative in STORROR Parkour Pro is pretty light. You're part of the STORROR crew, fighting to save your estate from some generic establishment trying to tear it down. It's not exactly The Last of Us-Gaming.net called it lackluster and cliché. And I agree. It's more of a backdrop to justify your parkour antics than a gripping tale. Where the game shines is replayability. Between the open world exploration, multiplayer modes, and challenges like time trials and skill comps, there's a ton to do. The developers are also involving the community through Discord feedback and regular updates, which should add more missions and modes over time. If you love perfecting your runs or competing with friends, you'll easily sink dozens of hours into this. Just don't expect a deep story to keep you hooked. So, what's the verdict on STORROR Parkour Pro? This game is a dream come true for parkour fans and a solid pick-up for anyone who loves open world freedom. The motion capture, animations, and intuitive controls make you feel like a freerunning pro, and the multiplayer modes add a ton of replayability. The Isle of Dogs is a fantastic playground, even if the visuals and story don't quite match the gameplay's polish. Being in early access, it's got some rough edges, clunky controls at times, minor bugs, and a thin narrative, but the foundation is rock solid. I'm giving STORROR Parkour Pro an 8/10 for now. It's the best parkour game since Mirror's Edge, with the potential to be a genre-defining classic like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, if the developers nailed the full release. If you're into parkour or just want a fresh, kinetic gaming experience, this is worth checking out on Steam Early Access. What do you think? Are you grabbing STORROR Parkour Pro, or are you waiting for the full release? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed this review, give us a like, subscribe, and share this video with your crew. This is BeBackGaming, and we'll be back with more no BS reviews. Peace out.